This is the 27th of June, 2025. We're at Vincent Corporation in Tampa, Florida. We're going to look in the assembly department. This is our pre-cut stainless steel components that go into screw presses. We're going closer to the assembly department here, and presses that have probably gone through inspection, ready for shipment. It's a Friday afternoon. There's a shredder out there in the middle of no place. We build frames for presses back in that wall, and here you see assembly. Looks like a 16-inch press getting started. Here's a couple 1 and 2 large presses, and a smaller KP6, one size bigger than one we're going to use in the testing. And here's one where we're drilling holes in the base frame of one that's been assembled. Mounting lugs, another press getting started, and a shredder and the screen department back here. Here's our test setup. We have a container with about 25 gallons of very dilute, we're guessing 2% solid material. We tried, we're going to run it in the CP4 press. Normally we would take this sample material and run it across a static side hill screen to pre-thicken it ahead of the press. But given the small amount of total solids we have, what would happen is we just have a very limited amount of sludge coming off that static screen, and so the press wouldn't do much. So instead what we're doing is we're going to pour all of it. We poured a 1 5-gallon pail in here and made a very limited amount of press cake, separated it, and we think if we run all of this, maybe we'll get a notable significant amount of press cake, enough to get a sample for solids analysis. Okay, we've started pouring this in, and of course no cake is coming out yet, but you can see the water coming through the screen. The screen we're using is has 23 thousandths openings, small holes. We could probably do better with a wedge wire slot with, say, instead of 23 thousandths, something like 8 or 10 thousandths, get a little finer filtration. But here you can see the action in how the level is going down in the inlet hopper. Here you can see the screw starting to appear as the level goes down. We're still getting a steady flow of liquid from the press. That is, our screen is not blinding over. We'll see if that continues as time goes on. Right, that one standing over there. We did increase the screw RPM. We're now running about 40 RPM screw speed, air pressure on this air cylinder. Oh, we got cake coming out. Yeah, we got cake coming out. And we're running at 20 psi air pressure, which is low. So the cake may be on the wet side, but for a first trial, this is what we're getting. It'll be interesting to see the moisture analysis. Here you can see a normal thing. Notice that the press cake is black here. That's because it's still wet. And here it's coming out dry. Even though we're at low 20 psi, we're making dry cake. What happens is the first out is material that was merely conveyed the length of the screen, and the press really doesn't start working until it's packed up solid with the material in the inlet pushing against the material in the outlet, rather than running at half empty. So the cake is starting to fall away, and very slow, but we've got extremely dilute. You can see we're getting a lot of water out and not much cake, because there isn't much cake. Pouring in the last of our sample. We poured it in the 5-gallon pail so we'd have a steady test going. what we're doing here, we're running a time trial, catching the press cake in this container. We've got a stopwatch running, and so we'll know how many tons per day of dry matter there are in this press cake coming out of the press. Quite an extrapolation to go from something like this up to tons per day, but we'll see the ballpark.